A brief look at the 8 weeks of this course. We're going to be reading chapters 1 through 12, with chapters 8, 10, and 11 being optional for students to choose from. Most weeks will have one chapter per week, with a few weeks having more than one chapter. A quick rundown of the 8 weeks is seen in this third slide. Weeks 2, 4, and 6 have projects that are due, assignments, and let's take a look at those specific assignments. The first assignment due week 2 is a poster. This poster is an overview of significant federal agencies and branches of the government that impact U.S. food law, regulation, and Hi, I'm Dr. Darin Detwiler from Northeastern University, but I'm actually up here in Toronto, Canada. Welcome to GST 6350, Global Economics of Food and Agriculture. So on the next slide, you'll find an example of pepper and cumin, but one of the samples you'll see are counterfeit. Can you tell which one? It's almost impossible to tell, but we'll come back to this later. So the whole idea of this course is we're going to be looking at global studies and economic studies focusing on food, but we're going to also look at it in terms of food fraud. How can a focus on food fraud allow us to examine the global economics of food and agriculture? Well, it allows us to analyze various social science perspectives, such as geographical, social and cultural, political, and economic. By looking at a focus frame that intersects all these areas, that's going to be the basis for our case study. An overview of the course shows us that we have 12 weeks. In week 1, we'll be defining food fraud, and you'll be completing an Introduce Yourself poster. In week 2, we'll be given the background for the case study, and you're going to be asked to do a case study worksheet, though you're not actually going to turn it in. It's for your own use. Week 3, we'll look at the fight against food fraud, and the first actual assignment will be a poster in which students define food fraud, and you'll be getting peer feedback. Week 4, regulation of food, and you'll be putting together and submitting a proposal letter in terms of what you want to look at for a case study. Week 5, corporate ethics, and again another poster with feedback looking at the history behind your topic. Week 6, Europe, and no assignments. Week 7 and 9 will be looking at global seafood, but week 7 is when the case history paper, or the first half, is due. Week 9, we'll be focusing on India, and your case analysis poster will be due. Week 10, there are 3 kinds of hazards that we find in food. You have your biological, your physical, and your chemical. We will never see an end to foodborne pathogens, but we might see an end to foodborne illnesses, or at least a much decreased number. Hi, I'm in Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountains. I'm on my way to speak before the Association of Food and Drug Officials about risk and hazard analysis. This course on risk analysis and hazard analysis in the food industry is 12 weeks long. This should give us ample opportunity to cover the content in great depth. We're going to be using Food Safety Theory and Practice, a well-regarded book, throughout this course. As you can see, we'll be covering most of the chapters in this book, and in most cases, we'll be able to spend about 2 weeks on each of the main chapters. At the end of these chapters, we will spend a significant amount of time on chapter review to make sure that we cover the course content. In terms of the assignments, you can see here in red that there are a series of assignments. Go ahead.
Welcome to our... Wait, hang on, what was it again, sorry?
Unit on International Food Policy.
Welcome to our unit on international food policy.
All right, one more time.
Welcome to our unit on international food policy.
And third time's the charm.
Welcome to our unit on international food policy.
Perfect.
Welcome to our unit on the economics of food. Here, sir.
Salve, thank you. Oh, a denari. There we go.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Enjoy it.
I will.
Maybe next time you might be interested in this.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll cost you a little bit more.
Oh, I'd have to stick with this thing.
Fine.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
And to you as well.